blatantly plagiarizing off the interwebs, people. The name Dog Point dates back to the earliest European settlement of Marlborough and the introduction of sheep to the district. These were the days where, due to a lack of fences, boundary riders used boundary-keeping dogs to protect local flocks of sheep. Shepherd's dogs sometimes became lost or wandered off, eventually breeding to form a marauding pack that attacked the same flocks that were meant to be protecting. Is that irony? What is that, Patrick? Is that?
Yeah,
that's irony. Because I always get confused because the Alanis Morissette song, like, isn't ironic? And like the one thing isn't ironic, and Alanis Morissette got roasted over the coals for having something unironic in her song called Ironic. And okay, but it's all fine because over time the settlers were able to remove these wild dogs, i.e., kill them, and the area was named Dog Point. There is now a friendly pack of dogs that greet guests at the vineyard. Okay. Well, it's good to know you're going to go to Dog Point and not get eaten. Just kidding, though. In all, just jesting. In all seriousness, the Sutherland family, boy, they do it right. They do it right. You know, we always talk about how easy it is to make 100 cases of great wine. Any schmo can do that, right? You could accidentally jump into 4 Taranto barrels and, you know, Andy Beckstoffer can hand you a ton of grapes and you can go make yourself a 95-point wine. Well, it's harder to do it on a larger scale. And I'm not going to say how big Dog Point is because I don't want to ruin the mystique of what Dog Point is. And it's not really a mystique, it's true because Dog Point, all organic, hand-picked, family-owned, right? This has all the makings of a small estate. Now, when I found out how much wine they made, I was like, damn, they make that much wine? But you taste the wine, and you're like, damn, they make that much wine that good? Right? The only equivalent I can think of is like the producers in Rioja, when these guys can make a million friggin' bottles of absolutely delicious, whatever score you want to give it, 94, 95-point wine, and then do it again and again and again. And to the credit to the Dog Point folks, they can do that. Man, they got this situation wired. They got their vineyards handled, they got the quality handled, they got the winemaking handled. What a treat. And the thing is, they're doing this on this scale, and the wine is still completely standout, beautiful, distinct, and unique. Even harder, huh? The more you make, the more ubiquitous stylistically the wine can become. And here, we don't have that. We don't have that. This is, long story short, to me, the Dog Point wines, you can tell the Sutherland family, you know, worked at Cloudy Bay, right? There's a Cloudy Bay connection here from the 70s, right? So early days Cloudy Bay folks that established this property. One of the older, completely family-owned properties working in New Zealand right now, actually. 79? Memory serves. I don't know. It's on my phone, but I don't know. I'm going to do this for like 10 minutes. I'm not going to do that. The point here is, these guys, you can tell they don't just drink New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc, and I mean that in the best way. The folks that run the property are enlightened folks. They are down. They know different styles of wine. They know what's great. And accordingly, what they've been able to do with Dog Point Sauvignon Blanc is infuse this wine with French, nay, almost Burgundian tendencies. And it's not because they aged it all in new oak, etc. This wine has a texture and a mojo and a complexity, along with a little hint of reduction, right? That nice little kind of coastery, kind of rouleau thing going on here in a Sauvignon Blanc from New Zealand. But the whole package relates to a wine that is more complete and or complex than many of its counterpoint wines and a lot of its competition. This stuff floors me. Every time I have it, I don't drink it enough, honestly. This is a mistake. Working towards rectifying that right now, actually. Yum. Huge mid palate. You get the gooseberry thing, you get the fruit, but again, you also get these these Frenchy Burgundian, you get mineral, you get reduction, you get like second level characteristics and complexities in this wine that you never see in New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc. Maybe one or two. I take that back. I'm not going to be a complete weenie with regards to that. There are a couple guys that do at this level. And then beyond that, it's complete. And the wine is not aggressively, okay, let me rewind. Everything that you might not have liked about a New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc. Rattle them off in your head right now. You're thinking about them. Oh, cat pissy. Oh, too lean. Oh, sour. Oh, has a bitter grassy taste. Oh, I don't drink that. Whatever you're thinking, that's not here. That makes sense? Right? It's not here, right? Instead, you just get pure, exotic, wonderful, vibrant Sauvignon Blanc. Handled perfectly, grown organically, hand-picked. Like 99% of New Zealand's like machine-picked, right? You know that, right? Which again, machine-picking is not that bad. There's some great machine-picked wine. But if you're like a purist and you're like, oh, I don't drink any machine-picked wine, then like you wouldn't drink like 90% of the Sauvignon Blanc in New Zealand. This is hand-picked, so if you're cool and you don't drink machine-picked wines, you can drink this too. I'm just in the wine right now, sorry. And oh, by the way, 94 points from Wine Spectator, tying it for the high-scoring New Zealand Sauvignon Blanc in the history of Wine Spectator, all-time, super-duper, mega. As just a little casual throwaway, oh, by the way, at the end of this piece. That's kind of a big deal. Kind of a big deal. So, and we worked with some other Sauvignons that have had that success before, whether it's the Alan Scott, which is beautiful, whether it's the Craggy Range, another winery that makes a lot of wine that does it really, really well. Put these Dog Points in the same camp. Dog Point is one of the top producers of Sauvignon Blanc in New Zealand. Stamp it, put it down, sign it off, for sure. And the wine is still, well, at our prices, still reasonably priced. We're running this at $20 a bottle, $19.98. My God, what? 94 point Spectator Sauvignon Blanc, one of the top producers in their genre, at the top of their game. And again, if you go to the winery, you will not be eaten by wild dogs. There's that.